You are not lacking talent. You are lacking access. The core of the work that I do with my clients is that I help you get back in touch with your inner compass. Yes. So, when we are reorganizing the system, we are bringing the focus from being performance based back into being felt sensation based. So instead of the focus being on how am I going to be perceived by other people, we are bringing the focus back to your inner sense of direction. When in real time, we can connect to our felt sensations, we are able to then stay true to our expression, our voice. When we are getting access to our inner sense of direction, we are learning and becoming very nuanced about the way in which we are connecting to our body. A lot of the times, we know what we want to express, we know what we want to get across, but we have lost trust in what we know to be true for ourselves. This is where our voice work mirrors our inner sense of authority. The same authority that we use to express outward is the same authority that we lean on when we start to lose our groundedness. I want you to think about the fact that under moments of stress and pressure and outer influences trying to tell you which direction to go to, that's a lot of output from the outside world into you. And if we are not 100% secure in our felt sensations and our sense of direction, we will always feel pulled. And that's where the feeling of disorientation and confusion is coming from. We need to be able to lean on the tools that keep us calm and centered in order to stay in integrity when those moments of stress and pressure and outer influence present themselves. When you are working with your voice, you are exposing those elements of yourself, the parts where you start to doubt yourself when you're trying to express. The reason that we work vocal work and we do our vocal training is first part so that we can build awareness to the nuances in our felt sensations, which is pretty much the foundational part of all our vocal work here. We're still doing the resonance training and the breath work. After that is where our nervous system gets exposed, because then we'll work on a song and it's really not the song that is the point at all. It is the way we approach that song, the way in which we approach crafting it and shaping it, making it ours, and even singing it for someone else, even if it's not for a crowd, even if it's just for me. Even if it's just for you, you're making a video of yourself singing that only you will ever see. All of that has to do with exposing your nervous system and your tendency. What we do with this insight is so important because those are the clues. Those are all the clues that lead us back to you. I'm not here to tell you that you need to sing a certain way. I am here to help you bridge the gap between the version of you that is not aware of your own felt sensations and the person who leans on those felt sensations for stability. That's why when I say you're lacking access, it's just because you haven't completely grasped what it means to be in your body. That is why voice work is so foundational. you're using your body, and you are priming your body to be a vessel for expression in its truest form. Not because there's something wrong with your voice. That's a whole different conversation. But because it is the most clear and exposing form of self awareness. The way you go about perceiving your breath, the way that you go about mapping the sensations as your expression is coming out, is the way you go about doing most things in your life. Because breath and speaking is so ingrained in our existence, because we cannot live if we're not breathing. We cannot speak if we are not using our voice. One of the core elements of this also is that avoiding voice work tends to be a symptom of a visibility wound. We can dress a certain way, we can present a certain way, we can absorb all the information, we can intellectualize concepts as much as we want. But the moment our voice requires us to speak something that is true and that is authentic to ourselves, that is where the cracks start to show, especially when it's something under extreme pressure. And the visibility wound is the core of a lot of this work. You're not afraid of singing, you're afraid of being seen in all of your nuanced organization. So yes. So I really want to challenge you to think about this in terms of like, why am I okay with settling? Why am I okay in settling? Yeah, who knows, right? Why are we okay with settling with how visible we can be? Okay? We don't need more clarity. That is something that I struggled with a lot. I would keep myself. I often would hold myself back from speaking my truth because in the moment where it came for me to speak my truth, I would feel like what I had to say was not important, was not merited, was not valued, and I was afraid of the consequences of me speaking what I knew to be true. And that is a visibility wound. The work that I do is voice work. Your voice speaks your identity. In other words, we're working with the throat chakra and unleashing the throat chakra. That is a visibility wound. Let me know, where in your life are you experiencing your visibility wound? And that, again, as I continue to reiterate, working on your voice is going to unleash all other areas of self-expression. We're not just working to sing better here. We are working to level up our capacity, the capacity that we have for being seen and being witnessed and expressing who we truly are. Right here, this little boy is letting me film just because he has cheese in his mouth. I could tell you I didn't get around to filming this video because this little one right here wouldn't let me. But I am being visible here and speaking my truth. And one day we will both be here speaking our truths, right? But in this moment, this is what's true. I'm with my baby. I have something to share with you, and he's going to be here for the ride. So Let me know what this brings up for you guys. And if you're ready to step into a life where you feel fully expressed, the link to my website is down below where you can book a session with me. All right, puppy, say bye. Bye-bye. Okay, bye.